America, land of the free and home of the brave, especially our brave soldiers who are risking their lives fighting in Iraq. Unfortunately, things haven't been going quite as planned in Iraq, and our brave soldiers are often forced to deal with a great amount of death and destruction. Being subjected to these conditions can really take a toll on the human brain. Army studies have found that up to 30% of soldiers coming home from Iraq have suffered from depression, anxiety, or post-traumatic stress disorder. These conditions can take a brave, strong soldier and make them feel weak, isolated, and alone. However, not all soldiers who suffer from these combat-related injuries are discharged for the right reasons. Some are sent home with a diagnosis of pre-existing personality disorder. Since 2001, the military has discharged over 22,500 service members due to personality disorders. Service members discharged due to a personality disorder rather than PTSD or some other mental health condition are generally not provided military disability benefits because the military classifies personality disorders as existing prior to entry into military service. In fact, some soldiers who receive personality disorder discharges are actually forced to pay back thousands of re-enlistment bonus dollars to the military. Joshua Kors, a freelance journalist that has been reporting on personality disorder for the last year, stated that a personality disorder discharge is a contradiction in terms. Recruits who have a severe pre-existing condition like a personality disorder do not pass the rigorous screening process and are not accepted into the Army. Kors interviewed soldiers that passed the first screening and were accepted into the Army. They were deemed physically and psychologically fit in a second screening as well, before being deployed to Iraq and served honorably there in combat, says Kors. In each case, it was only when they came back physically or psychologically wounded and sought benefits that their pre-existing condition was discovered. This issue was really brought to light in July of 2007 when an ABC Nightline investigation entitled "Used Up and Spit Out" reported on Army Specialist Jonathan Town, who had wrongfully received a personality disorder discharge after being injured in Iraq. The report also included an interview with singer Dave Matthews, who heard about Town's story by reading an article by Joshua Kors in The Nation magazine, and decided to raise awareness of the personality disorder discharge issue by talking about it at his shows. Apparently, the news story did a great deal to make the issue public. Within 1 week, 2 new bills were presented in Washington, D.C. The first was introduced to the Senate on July 19th. It was sponsored by Senator Barack Obama with bipartisan support. The second was introduced to the House of Representatives on July 24th by Congressman Phil Hare. Both bills call for the temporary moratorium on discharges until Secretary of Defense Robert M. Gates has reviewed the policies and procedures of the Department of Defense for diagnosing personality disorders. Shortly following their introductions, both bills were passed to subcommittees. As of September 2007, we are still waiting for them to be put into action.